All right, we're here with Jacqui Bowman. Jacqui, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I just this year am 20 years in the business,
Yeah.
so I'm super excited. We got in about the same time.
Yeah, because I'm 21, so like 1 year behind. Yeah.
I was 21 when I started. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's been a great journey. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Awesome. And you've held different positions. I mean, you've been in production, you've been in leadership. You've done everything from training, coaching, mentoring, recruiting. I mean, you pretty much, I mean, as far as wisdom goes, 20 years of wisdom is a lot. So tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so before real estate, I was a preschool teacher.
Okay.
I have a degree in early childhood education, 2-year degree community college, and one of the things that I found just so amazing about this industry, it's such a blessing to so many of us because the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And it's really what you put into this business. And I found out really quickly that the only person that was controlling my destiny was me.
Yeah.
And once I became a top agent at my brokerage within the first few years, people started coming in my office.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, Jacqui, do you have a minute? I'm writing my first deal. And I'm like, yes. So that teacher part of me is really my passion zone. And I just happen to be doing it in the field of real estate.
Well, don't you miss all those 5-year-olds running around and puking on the floor and all that
Well, maybe
stuff?
when I'm a grandma.
Okay,
I don't know.
that's
Not
fair.
yet. Not
That's
yet.
fair. So sales, you started off as a sales producer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about your journey, your path from sales to leadership.
Yeah, so what I also consider a blessing is getting into the industry during the hardest time, which was, 2004, 5, and 6 was easier.
Easy. Yeah.
I was in it like, part-time. But when I became a top agent, it was that tough time of 2010 where I became a manager at a KW officer. And it was the worst market, but it was the best training I could have ever gotten.
Yeah.
And so it was a huge, huge blessing.
Yeah.
So
and that's probably around the time we met.
Yes. Yes.
Because I was starting to do training and classes and so forth, and you were a team leader for a real estate brokerage.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So I was a team leader there for about 3 years.
What was your role for 3 years?
So for 3 years, I led and coached the agents. I ran the office or market center.
Yep.
And grew that market center from 80 agents to about 150.
Oh, wow.
So it was great.
So you doubled the size in 3 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a down market.
In a down market.
How'd you do that?
Just giving hope and giving inspiration and really pouring myself into agents and like you, impacting them to gain the confidence that they can do this and they can stay in the business.
Because you know what happens, and it's the same reason why probably Glover U is having the success that it's having. Your agents recognize that you give a crap about them.
Absolutely.
They have success by being in business with you, and then they tell other people.
Right.
Same thing here. Same thing we're doing here.
Right.
So, so you spent some time leading a brokerage, and then
what? So, after a while, I wanted to get back into production because I was like, knowing what I know now, if I could start this differently now that I've had the training and leadership that I really needed, I'm going to go do this again.
Yeah.
And so,
by the way, we have a similar path. I did 2 years of production before I met Kathy.
Right.
And became a manager for her. And I was a manager for about 3.5 years, and then decided same thing. Knowing what I know now, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill it. Let's get back into production.
And helping other people solve their problems, we learned so much in the process. When it's our own problems, sometimes it's harder to solve.
Yeah.
And so that's when we realize that we're a great coach or we're a great leader, is when people start coming to us for answers. And for me, that's what fills my bucket every day. That's what fills my purpose.
Yeah,
really.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you got back into production, and then what? Tell us what was next in your
relationship-based business. I really, truly feel that agents in this business, there's so many ways to lead generate and make money.
Yeah.
And so what I love about coaching and leading is sharing with agents how I just was myself.
Yeah.
And I grew a really strong relationship-based business. It was 50 to 70 transactions a year, a little bit of leverage. I'm all about leverage, not huge team. I'm not against teams, but I love teaching solo agents how to keep small and lean and keep that GCI and that net really high.
Awesome. So talk to us about coaching, because when you joined Glover U, you already had your coaching company and you had coaching clients. Tell us about what led you into that space.
Interesting enough, I had a coach and he asked me this striking question. He said, 5-10 years from now, what do you ultimately want? What would your dream be? And I said, I would love to be on a beach somewhere with a headset on, coaching someone in real estate who doesn't have the confidence to do this and help them win.
Yeah.
And if I can do that, that's my ultimate
dream. And why
dream.
is that? Why is that your passion, or why was that your answer?
I felt like I was just on this hamster wheel of production, and it was like, okay, you did 45 deals, next year you're going to do 60, and next year, you know, and it was this I have to make it to a certain point before I can help other people. And what I love is in any sport, which you're a huge sports fan, sometimes the coaches on the sidelines, even if they haven't physically done what you're doing, sometimes they're really, really great coaches. And so that's where I find myself, especially people with larger teams and leadership. It's that leadership piece that I can help with. It's that pushing you to visualize where you really want to be, not just looking at your neighbor.
I mean, great coaching is about, you know, asking tough questions, seeing blind spots that your clients don't see, and most importantly, seeing more in them than they probably see in themselves and helping them to bring that out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I'm watching this video and I'm exploring my options, why should I coach with you?
Yeah, I think if you're in the real estate industry and you have the skill sets and you've done the deals, you've done the transactions, I'm all about that client who really wants to go towards their unreal life. You know, I'm really into the DISC certification and really asking the tough questions and having you do those vision exercises that a lot of people blow off, especially the drivers who are really into the units and the volume, and just pulling back. And if we need to take time to look at that so we make sure you're on your path to your unreal life, sometimes bigger isn't better. My motto is just sometimes better is better. And so I'm here to help you get better.
I love that. Last question I have. How did you make the decision to be in alignment with Glover U? Because obviously you had a good thing going. What was it about this that made you say, you know what, I want to be a part of that?
Absolutely. So we reconnected a couple years ago. I talked to Justin Ford. He's like, you should come back to one of our events, you know? And so I did. And what I realized was I truly believe in my heart that this is what our agents needed, my agents needed, that I'm leading. So I just started bringing them, right? And the energy and just seeing them flourish and get into production and win was huge for me. And so when you shared your vision and the more I was around you as a leader, I wanted to attach my chain to you and impact millions, because I know with you and this organization, I'm going to go much further.
Yes, we'll get there faster together.
That's right.
I love it.
That's right.
Jaqui Bowman, if you get a chance to coach with her, I highly recommend you take us up on it. Till next time. See you guys.
See ya.